Hi, this is Charlie Mew. We're at House in the Basement interviewing Alonestar.
Hi.
Brilliant. So, what inspires you to write songs?
Always something personal and something that comes from the heart. I think to write a song, for me, it has to be something that really comes from within and kind of, like, I don't write unless I'm depressed, which is kind of a bad thing to say, but usually if I write something real, it kind of inspires me from within. So I think anyone out there that's kind of covering a song, you have to feel that as well, like for yourself. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I think truly, as an artist, it comes from a place of darkness usually.
How long have you been rapping or singing for?
Probably about, I've been writing poetry for about 10 years, but rapping solo probably about 4. I was in a group called Lockdown where I was rapping and writing the hooks, the choruses for another artist, and we went on tour a while back with like Busted and Blazing Squad. I don't know if you remember them.
Yeah, definitely.
But so I've been writing my solo stuff and producing myself for about 4 years.
I think like everybody's dying to ask this, but what was your childhood like being around Ed and
what was his childhood?
Like your childhood. Either way, whatever you like.
Ed's a bit younger than me, and do you know what? Ed came from, like, it's my cousin, first cousin, and we were always the closest out of all the cousins. We've got my dad and his brother, Ed's dad, was 2 of 8, and me and Ed were always kind of the musical cousins, even though our age difference. And he was like really enthusiastic as a kid, and he learnt his few chords from an uncle called Billy of mine in Ireland, and he was bullied at school quite badly, and I think that's where he learnt his craft, because he was home every single night after school. He wouldn't go out, he had no friends really, and that's where he learnt to play guitar and write such heartfelt songs and stuff, because he was bullied pretty bad. And I think in a way that's how I relate to him. I want to protect him in that way, and I introduced him to rap and hip hop and kind of hardcore music. He was quite into Damien Rice and kind of singer-songwriter stuff, guitar stuff. And he came down to London. He's actually my first video, Skylar Rain, so check that out. Skylar Rain video. It's about my daughter. He's in it and his dad's in it. And he just stayed in London and just kind of gigged, and he did loads of covers at first, and then started writing for himself. And now, look at him now, he's up for a Grammy. Yeah. Round of applause for Ed.
Where would you say where would you say it all started off with music? In school or when you were older?
No, definitely not in school. My school was terrible for music. It wasn't a great school at all, to be honest. After school, I was into kind of mixing and I was kind of scratching up breaks and stuff like that. So that's where it started, probably about 2 years after I left school. And then I found like music was a therapy for me to kind of express myself and get all the things in my head, rather than express it through anger or out on the streets or whatever. I put it in rap and poetry, and I thought that was a vent for me. That was my air. That's how I kind of released all of my inner emotions, and I felt that was what I wanted to do in life. And same with Ed, really. All that kind of stuff that he kind of kept inside, and he's told me, we've had many conversations about this, like when you write something down that's yours and you kind of put it on paper and put it in a song and release it, it's almost a release from yourself. So all that kind of stuff that we both went through in our own way, that's kind of, we both related, and that's how we kind of express ourselves, which is through music rather than any other way. So yeah.
Have you been on tour with Ed, or?
I've never been on tour with him. We've shot a couple of videos together. We've done 6 collaborations together. He's been on about 3 of my gigs, and I've been on about 2 of his, but we've never done a tour together. I'm quite precious about myself preserving Alonestar, because because I'm doing my own thing. I don't want everyone to turn around and say, oh my god, yeah, you, of course, why wouldn't you make it, because your second name Sheeran, you work with Ed. But you know what, he's very lucky, and he's a very talented guy, but he hit it at the right time, and he's done amazingly well, and I'm so happy for him. It's amazing. What do you think of Ed?
I think he's a very good singer. His songs, actually, I've known quite a few friends who have listened to Ed a lot and really, I guess, got emotional over some of his songs, and just he seems to relate to so many
He does, yeah.
people.
Across the board, yeah. I think his attention to detail and sort of that kind of teenage kind of market that he aimed at, he hit it bang on. So.
All right, let's hear it up for the Lone Star.
Yeah. Thank you very much. The Lone Star House. What was it?
House in the Basement.
House in the Basement. It's the Lone Star. One love. Live hard, love strong. Mwah. Yeah.